Smash 64 just got a brand new emulator. Now, if you wanted to get into Smash 64, now is the time to get into it. We have a brand new emulator. It fixes all the old issues the old Emu had, such as the sound audio having glitches, people can't connect their controllers, crashes on Windows 11, crashes in general. This new emulator fixes everything, and we'll get started right now. Now, I'm going to do this guide step by step for someone who hasn't even had Smash Remix or Smash 64 at all. So if you already have Smash 64 or Smash Remix, the ROM, you can skip ahead a little bit. But first things first, we have to go ahead to smash64.online/remix. Right here, this is how you get Smash Remix, totally for free. So we're going to go ahead and click Patch ROM. You're going to go ahead and click ROM file to choose your original Smash 64 ROM. I have it in a folder over here called ROM test to show you guys. So Smash Bros. U ! That is the ROM. So I just go ahead and hit open. Everything's a match, and I get to pick which patch I'm choosing. In the future, if there's any new Smash Remix updates, you can just click here and choose between which version you want. But anyways, you just go ahead and hit apply, and there you go. You have the ROM. You want to go ahead and grab your Smash Remix ROM and put it into a folder that the emulator is going to use as its directory. Now that you have the ROM set up in a safe space, we're going to go ahead and grab the emulator. This is the new emulator. It works perfect with all controllers: PlayStation, Xbox, GameCube, original N64. Doesn't matter. It works fine. So link will be in the description, or you can go ahead and search up this link. And if there ever is a new version in the future, don't worry, just click the newest version. But you're going to scroll down and go ahead and click on either Portable Windows 64 or Setup Windows 64. Setup acts like a normal app, but Portable keeps everything in the same folder. Doesn't matter which one you pick, it's your preference. I'm just going to do Portable for the guide. Now that you have the emulator downloaded, you're going to go ahead and left click and extract all. When you do this, it should be extracted into your folder. After you extract it, you'll see that you have the folder now. You just double click, scroll down, and you'll see the new emulator sitting right here. So we're going to go ahead and double click this. So here's what the new emulator looks like. This emulator is fantastic, and everything is pretty simple, but I'm going to show you real quick. So you're going to select your ROM directory. This is where the ROM is sitting in, which folder it is. So we're going to go ahead and select ROM directory, and we're going to go pick the folder. So if I scroll down here, I have my folder right here, ROMs test. Select that folder. And now we have Remix 2.0, and we have the original Smash, and whatever other ROM you want in here can go ahead and sit in here. Next, I'm going to go over Netplay. I will go over controllers in a second, but Netplay is really easy. You're just going to click Netplay, and now you can have your PC's name or change your username here. You can add how much frame delay you want, 1 frame, 2 frame, all the way to 9 frames if you want. You can switch between P2P or a server right here, or to watch a playback. I'm just going to real quick double click Chicago. That's the closest one to me. Here I am. There's a bunch of people to the right. These are all the users. Here's the big chat log to the left. Anyone can type here and what happens here if someone joins or someone leaves. And then to create a game, you're going to right click and go ahead and select which game you want to host. And then you have to wait for someone to join you or tell someone on Discord to join you. Doesn't matter. The beautiful part about this emulator is, unlike the old emulator, if you guys crash, all you do is hit the drop button and start again. There should be no issues. So if I hit start, the emulator will start up. I don't have a controller. That's totally fine. I can hit drop, fix whatever settings I want, if I want to, doesn't matter, and I can hit start again. Alright, now with online settings out the way, there is 3 specific controller plugins you will be using. So if you go ahead and click on plugins, you'll see that there's a video plugin, audio plugin. You don't have to touch those, don't worry about it. But you see the input plugin. Now, it's automatically to generic USB input. This is for people who want to use a PlayStation controller, Xbox controller, a Nintendo Switch controller. Any controller you can think of, a generic USB controller, this is where you're going to use. You're going to use the generic USB input, and your input selection is going to look like this. So you can go ahead and click your device here. I can click whatever controller I want, and you're going to go ahead and map it yourself. So you map A, standard attack, map B, special attack. All the C buttons are jump, etc., etc. This is movement, this is shield, of course. And for people who want to use right stick for the C stick or tilt stick, you have to select your digital pad as your right stick. That's how we code it in Smash Remix. Your dead zone should be fine, and your stick range should be fine. If you want to tinker with these, you can. And then whenever you're done, go ahead and press OK, and you should be good to go. Again, this is for generic controllers. Any controller such as Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, I don't know, whatever you want to use, it'll work here. Don't worry. Now for GameCube users, we have a specific GameCube adapter. So you're going to go into Input and specifically select GameCube adapter. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go to Input. Now for GameCube users, you can keep dead zone at 9%, sensitivity at 100, unless you want to touch it. You can adjust how the trigger's threshold is. We have it defaulted set to 50, and the C-stick threshold. So if your C-stick is very sensitive, don't worry, you can lower it or increase it here. So this is for all the GameCube people. So if you use OEM GameCube adapter or lossless adapter, you can come here and adjust your GameCube as needed. And lastly, we have the Nintendo 64 RAFnet adapter. Now this adapter is the 3.0 N64 to USB adapter. If you select that option, you can't adjust your input because it sets your game as a 1-to-1 to your controller. You don't need any setup required if you have an original N64 remote with that adapter. Also, last thing on the list, if you want to update your emulator, go ahead and hit help, check for updates. It'll check for updates and it'll update you. You don't have to go through this whole process again. Just go to help and check for updates. So if you want to play offline, you just go ahead and double click the game. There we go. We have the game working totally fine. It has my controller set up. And if I want it to full screen, there you go. I'm full screen. There is no issue. It works instantly. If I want to get out of full screen, I'll enter. There you go. I'm out. If I want to lower the volume because it's really loud, I go to settings, turn this volume down. You could do this online too. You could do this mid-online. It will not crash. I'm telling you, this emulator is a godsend. Thank you, Sig, for all the work you've done. This is amazing. And there you go. I am playing. And if I want to go play online, I hit shut down to exit offline mode. I go to Netplay, click Netplay, go to a server I want to go to, and load up a game, wait for someone to join. And I'm going to pretend someone joined, but I'm just going to start alone. If someone chats here, it actually shows up on the game. So if you're in full screen, here, I'll do a test. See, it shows up in full screen. Isn't that awesome? So this emulator is the pristine emulator. Every Pro 64 player has moved on to this emulator. Anyone who's from Melee who wants to try this game, you could come on in, try the game. There is no issues. This emulator is golden. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please try out this new emulator. Everyone is using it and it works fantastically. It's also being developed actively. There's a real developers behind it right now. So if there's any issues, we will fix it, which is amazing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please try out the new emulator and take care. Peace!